Okay, I got the Krone out here now and in my west field, and we're going to knock this field out. We're going to knock that plateau up there out, and over the bank there is the low ground, and we're going to get into that here real soon too. So the first go round in this field, I'm in low range third gear multi-power high, and once I see the perimeter, then I'll kick it up to first gear and first gear high range, multi-power low and high. And as I get out into here, the undergrowth is really thick. But I probably saw in another video, I've got sharp blades, fresh sharp blades on this Krone, and it ought to cut like crazy. And I'll be running, unlike my tough grass field, I'll be running 540 PTO RPMs on this thing. I'm just hoping I don't slug a deer through the thing, but shouldn't be any little fawns in here now, but famous last words. This will be a much better field next year. So let me come back. So I'm in high range first gear multi-power high, and when I get down on the ends, I'll throw it in low to slow down to make some of the turns. About 7 miles an hour. We could go faster, but it's kind of hard to stay in the seat. "7 miles an hour, 9-foot cut." It really leaves the Heston 7-foot sickle mower haybine I got in the dust. The Krone is the adult in the room. Looks like I'm getting a good clean cut as I look at the stubble driving by. Looks a lot better than it did in that tough grass field. New blades, clean cut. I'm cutting at a high stubble, so I'm losing a fair amount of yield, 5 inches of stubble, but it should regrow very nicely going into the fall and winter. Moving right along here, and the Krone is just cutting really good. Feels like it's cutting easy. Massey Ferguson seems to be going good. Hopefully everything will work as it should. The sun is just so much glare. I'm taking most of my video back on the other end of the field where the shadows have started to come in. We're late in the evening, but this is going pretty fast, which is okay with me. Moving right along. Tell you, when you put this thing at the max ground speed combined with the 9-foot width, and this is just 9 foot, not a 13-foot machine, it's impressive what you can get done in a short amount of time. All right, this field is finished, and next stop is this low ground down here. So I'll get back with you here in just a second. So right here is what we're getting into, and it's not much better as far as just cow hay. Everything will be better on all these fields next year, but it is what it is. And I've changed over to low range third gear and multi-power low and high until I get around the perimeter, and then we'll see. I may slow it down to this field a little bit. I think the debris is out of that field. I'm 99% sure there's nothing to hit And if you recall, there used to be trees right over there in the middle that kind of divided this field. Now there's foxtail. Oh boy. You just got to be careful for limbs and trees down along this perimeter. You can walk down here one day and pick up a few limbs, and the next day you come down and a few more is falling out. So I got it kind of going slow down through here until I get a feel for what I'm looking at. But used to be a lot of trees going across there, and you go back the last winter, we cut those things down and had a guy with a backhoe come in, and I apologize for the glare. And he took the stumps out and smoothed everything up. So this is going to be like premium hay field. And I think next year, I'm pretty certain next year all the hay fields are going to be much better. This was a great Timothy field at one time, and I'd like to put it back in Timothy. It's advantageous just to take one cut on this field because you start getting leaves off the trees. People don't like that in their hay. So now it's just a great big long run from one end to the other, and it's just going to be a fine thing here on this farm. All right, I'm off the perimeter here, so picking up the pace. Back into high range first gear, multi-power low and high. The Krone is cutting beautifully, but definitely really thick undergrowth down in here. It always has been. We should be on and off of this field pretty quick too. Moving right along here, I've just about lost the sun, and I'm just driving right through where trees used to be, and it's just really nice going straight, making these long straight runs instead of a figure-8 field like it used to be. Well, I've lost the sun for the day. Really making good progress out here. Where the stumps were that they pulled out, I planted seed in, but the only thing that came up was giant foxtail. So I got some pretty good sized patches of that down here. And yeah, I can deal with that going into next year. The field's a little bumpy yet, but this is really nice making these long runs. And there used to be a tree right over here and one right over there, and it was a real job trying not to side hook your hay cutter or your baler, side pull hay cutter or baler on one of those trees if you wasn't careful. Money well spent refurbing this field. All right, so just like that, this field is done. Long, straight runs. You go back and look at some of those videos where we cut the trees and pulled the stumps out last winter. It just about brought me to my knees, but we got it. And so this is the low ground, and that's the west field, and there's a little plateau up there I'm going to take on next. I'll come back. So I've debated whether or not to cut this little plateau in here every year. And the way it sits up high, it gets really dry and the grass suffers. And I had it in Timothy. The Timothy was short-lived, but when it produced, it was a big producer, even in small patch like this. But I keep cutting it for some reason. I think the big time operators would probably not do this. There's a view of where we've been. West field, and then on down there the low field, low ground, or whatever I call it. Plenty of foxtail in here. Like I said, we got a lot of work to do on the fields on this end of the farm as far as some of the weed pressure that's in it. But again, cow and goat hay, the goat people are good to us. I'm putting a lot of hay on the ground for me, but the weather guesses are saying no rain. I don't know. If it gets washed, it gets washed. But this will be the last cut of the year for the Krone. If I mow up on the hill, I'll be taking my Heston up there. Alright, so I got this little plateau right in here mowed, and I mean it's gonna make a few bales. And some places it's thin, some places there's some undergrowth. So this is like the little plateau, and then the west field out through there, and then down below is the low ground. So I got a lot of tedding to do. Tomorrow, and but that's really the last cut for the Krone this year. The Massey Ferguson did great, and the Krone did really, really well too. Very, very clean cut. It's been a beautiful day on this farm, and we'll be back at it tomorrow. I'll be making some more videos here as we go along. And again, the plan here is to fill up my kicker wagons with squares, put them in my barn, and then round bale the rest of it. So I don't know if I got enough kicker wagons to take all the hay or not, but we're going to find out. But anyway, from the mountains of Virginia, the 1977 Massey Ferguson 1105. It has a Perkins 354 6-cylinder turbo diesel, and this is a Krone 2801CV with impeller tine conditioners. It's a disc mower conditioner. Just a wonderful combo. No lack of horsepower running this Krone in the heaviest of hay at in the neighborhood of 7 miles an hour. So that's the video. We'll talk to you later.